when I write my books, I pretty much write them all based on kind of the sticky note idea. Anytime I have an idea, I immediately just jot it in my phone or write it down on a sticky note or whatever. And what I do is, as I'm writing, I then start taking these little scrap notes or pieces out of my phone, and I start writing sections based on those. What's up, everybody? Brian Maxey here. So, I was having a conversation with my son. He was working on a project, and my oldest son, he's 17, and he's working on a project, and he was asking me some questions. I was helping him out, and I asked him, I'm like, well, what have you got written down so far? How's this thing going to work? And he's like, oh, it's all up here, He's like, but I'm kind of struggling with this portion here. And I was like, well, the problem is that you haven't written anything down, right? If you write things down, it's going to help you brainstorm. It's going to get everything just onto paper. And he's like, well, I don't, like a report? I'm like, no, no. Get a fucking crayon. Write some shit down. Draw a picture on a fucking, well, don't draw it on the wall, but, draw it on some fucking whatever, a napkin and a crayon. Start drafting everything that you have idea-wise. Get it down on paper, right? Open up a blank Word sheet on your laptop and just jot down ideas, okay? This goes for everybody. This isn't if you're, 17 years old working on a project. If you're 70 years old and you're thinking up ideas for your company or anybody in between, you should be writing things down constantly. You need to brain dump, get it all out. What happens is sometimes you'll write down an idea that you forgot you had, or as you see it being written down, maybe you're drawing a picture, all of a sudden you get a different vision of how those things connect. And maybe that the one piece that was holding you up, you all of a sudden have an answer to it, right? I write everything down. I'm very, 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 very organized, but I also like to have brainstorm sessions with fucking sticky notes everywhere and pieces of paper and bring it all together. When I write my books, I pretty much write them all based on kind of the sticky note idea. Anytime I have an idea, I immediately just jot it in my phone or write it down on a sticky note or whatever. And what I do is, as I'm writing, I then start taking these little scrap notes or pieces out of my phone, and I start writing sections based on those. And then, one time on my very first book, I printed the entire fucking thing that I had at the time, right? I was probably halfway or 3/4 of the way done with it, printed it all out, cut all the sections out into strips of paper, and then started rearranging them. And I completely recreated the entire basis of the book and how it was. I had an outline, and I ended up with something. The outline was 1,000% different. All because as pieces started to come together, something else made sense more. I was able to better what I was already working on. So just write everything down. Get used to doing it. And not only is it going to help you in that way, but it's going to help cement it in your brain. Anytime you write things down, it's going to help cement that idea into your brain. And now your brain's going to be able to unload some of that heavy baggage of remembering the bullshit, and it's going to start being able to focus on how to bring that bullshit together.